Welcome to our program, and I'm your presenter, Aibu Mzee. We are here at Marlborough House, the seat of the Commonwealth Secretariat. Today, it is the Commonwealth Trade Ministers Conference. And this is what happened. The Commonwealth Trade Ministers pledged to harness Commonwealth advantage at historic meeting. Commonwealth Trade and Investment Ministers concluded their two-day meeting in London today with a commitment to make full use of the Commonwealth advantage to boost trade within 52-member bloc. Ministers and representatives from more than 35 countries attended the meeting, jointly convened by the Commonwealth Secretariat and the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council. In her address to the ministers, the Commonwealth Secretary-General, Patricia Scotland, said, "On trade, our family has never been more needed than it is today. We all know that we have been living in troubled times, and together we will have to look very carefully at what advantages there are within our family. Intra-Commonwealth trade has never been more important." At the meeting, the ministers focused on opportunities for the Commonwealth to strengthen collaboration by promoting intra-Commonwealth trade and investment flows. They identified key schedules hindering trade competitiveness and discussed how to overcome them through mutual support. During the press briefing, this is what happened.
Well, this meeting came at a pivotal point. The first meeting of trade ministers was probably as far back as 1966. We haven't had a Commonwealth Trade Ministers meeting since Hong Kong in 2005. So this was an incredibly important moment for us, with all regions across the Commonwealth being very widely represented. And there was huge agreement across the board between our nation states about what we needed to do, how we needed to advance the economies of the 52 member states, but also what we needed to do about trade. Many of you will know that trade globally is probably at its lowest level that it's been since the Second World War. It's about 1.9% in gross terms. There's huge opportunities between the countries because we represent about 2.4 billion people. That 2.4 billion people has within it great opportunities for growth and development. The challenge that we face globally with the slowdown and protectionism is a real one. And therefore, the Commonwealth, as a family, has an opportunity to exploit what we have identified as the Commonwealth advantage. Because we share common law, common language, common institutions, common parliamentary structures, that has given us a de facto advantage over and above that which was normally expect. And that 19% advantage is something which we, as a Commonwealth, are absolutely determined to exploit, to grow, and to work together. And at this meeting today, we were able to have a comprehensive opportunity to consider how, in practice, we do that. And so ministers were talking about the practical, implementable things that could be done and should be done, and the Secretariat has been tasked as the servant of the 52 to work with the members, all the member states and their officials to craft something which will be capable of delivering that which member states have wanted. And it was a truly memorable and important moment. The thing to say is that a number of countries have come to us as a result of their concern in relation to the impact that Brexit might have on their economic position. And we have been able to work with them in order to better prepare them, but firstly to identify some of the challenges, but also to identify some of the opportunities. We've been working really closely with the regional bodies, speaking to them. I had a meeting very recently with the Secretary General Gomes of the African, Caribbean, Pacific region. And so I think there is a great capacity for us to mutually support one another. I also understand that the United Kingdom has indicated that it is not its desire that any of the Commonwealth countries should be disadvantaged in terms of preferential or other provisions, so that they would be in a worse position than they are now. And obviously that's something which is very warming to consider. But we have been working very hard with all our member states. Initially, we worked with about 11 countries who came forward. We're now working with about 30, and there are more who want us to do the same with them. So that technical assistance, that technical support has been very important. But I think, although of course Brexit is of interest now, I think it's really important for us to concentrate on intra-Commonwealth trade, because the intra-Commonwealth trade, which is currently at about 17%, there's a huge capacity to increase that, because we have these similar methodologies available to us, which we have not yet fully exploited. There is an opportunity for us to create Commonwealth best practice framework agreements, Commonwealth best practice legislative frameworks, Commonwealth best practice regulatory frameworks. And within that, there is, as you know, a desire for us to create a Commonwealth best practice anti-corruption standard. And if we can build in these best practices into the way in which we work with each other, then we will have greater opportunity for transparency and effectively delivering the good governance, which is the foundation stone of good business.
Thanks for watching. See you next time, same time.